2 out of every 3 baits that approach your bait right now are turning away before they strike. And it is not your lure or technique. It is what your bare hands left on the bait 15 seconds before the cast. I am Marcus. This is Real Science. Today, we answer one question. Can fish actually smell your hands? The answer is bad news. You pick a soft plastic lure from the bag and thread it on with bare fingers. You cast it and wait. What you do not know is that the 15 seconds rigging that bait just cut your catch rate by 67%. The biology is something the bait industry never prints on spray labels. There are 3 mechanisms at work, and all 3 are operating against you every time you rig your bait without protection. Mechanism 1 is L-serine, an amino acid human skin produces naturally, present in sweat and in the oils of the epidermis continuously. L-serine sits in the freshwater olfactory range of largemouth bass, catfish, and most predator species at detectable concentrations. L-serine is not a neutral signal to freshwater fish. Evolutionarily, L-serine in the water signals mammalian predators wading in to hunt bears, raccoons, otters, every natural skin-shedding threat. Freshwater species that fled those signals survived and passed on the response. When your fingers touch a soft plastic lure for 15 seconds, L-serine transfers from your skin to the surface of the plastic. When that lure enters the water, L-serine dissolves into the water column and creates a danger signal around the presentation. A bass sees the lure visually, approaches, detects L-serine chemically, and abandons the strike before ever committing to the bite. The angler sees a missed strike or a fish that turned at the last moment and has no way of knowing the source was skin contact with the bait. Mechanism 2 is contaminant stacking. Beyond L-serine, human skin carries a roster of compounds that independently trigger avoidance in freshwater species. Sunscreen oxybenzone is also detected, low concentrations, within 15 feet of the source in open water. Nicotine transfers directly to the bait and registers as a neurostimulant. Gasoline and motor oil leave hydrocarbon residue on skin that predators avoid. DEET is among the most potent fish repellents on human skin. One application, then plastic contact eliminates strikes. Perfumed soap adds synthetic fragrance species read as danger signals. Most anglers carry some combination of these contaminants all day and stack them directly onto the bait with every bare skin rigging. Mechanism 3 is detection sensitivity. The olfactory system of predators is extraordinarily capable relative to what most anglers assume. Largemouth bass detect L-serine at concentrations in parts per billion. A single drop dissolved in a volume equivalent to an Olympic swimming pool is still detectable by bass at that sensitivity level. Catfish operate at even higher sensitivity levels. Catfish have approximately 250,000 taste buds distributed across the body and detect contamination before physical contact. Researchers at the University of Illinois Department of Natural Resources conducted a controlled study in 2014 testing largemouth bass avoidance responses to human skin compounds transferred to soft plastic lures in controlled tank environments. Lures handled with bare skin for 15 seconds showed a 67% avoidance rate in bass compared to nitrile gloved handling, which showed a 4% avoidance rate. The primary compound was L-serine, present in human epidermal secretions, a 63-point gap. In whether bass refuse your bait, determined by what contacted the plastic, the bait industry sells scented sprays that claim to raise catch rates. None address that bare skin drops catch rate 67% first. A $5 box of nitrile gloves eliminates the problem completely. The industry sells the spray. It has never mentioned the gloves. The scent contamination from your skin is one of 10 fatal mistakes. Documented in Module 5 of the Angler's Vault, including noise discipline, wrong color selection for water clarity, and the casting shadow mistake that eliminates strikes on sunny days. The Forbidden Baits add-on includes that attract rather than repel, using ingredients under $2 each. Scan the QR code in the top left corner or click the first link. But stay right here, because one contamination source almost every angler carries all day long recontaminates the bait on every touch, unnoticed. Here are 5 solutions ranked by effectiveness for the water. Solution 1. Nitrile gloves at $5 per box of 100. Nitrile is the only material that creates a full skin barrier without introducing its own scent. Do not use latex. Latex carries its own detectable odor compounds. One box lasts a season. Reduction from 67% avoidance to 4%. Solution 2. Wash your fingers in lake or river water for 30 seconds, scrubbing with bottom sand or mud to strip surface oils and L-serine. Not as complete as gloves, but free and immediately accessible. Reduces avoidance by approximately 40% in most field conditions. Solution 3. Rub your fingers on natural bait before touching plastics. Worm, cut shad, or any natural scent on skin overrides L-serine and converts the signal from danger to food source. Solution 4. 2 to 3 drops of anise oil on fingers before rigging. Anise oil neutralizes L-serine and adds an attractant compound simultaneously. At $3 a bottle, the effect is dual, repellent off and attraction on. Solution 5. Never touch plastic. Handle by packaging. Rig with pliers. The recontamination problem is where most anglers lose everything. You wash, glove, rig clean, then strip the gloves for the phone or sunscreen and touch the bait again unprotected, undoing every step. The rod grip accumulates sweat, sunscreen, nicotine and DEET all session, and every grip then plastic contact transfers it directly onto the lure. Keep a dedicated nitrile pair used only for bait handling. The 5 seconds it takes to pull one on before touching your bait is the difference between 67% of base refusing your lure and 4% refusing it outright at the boat. 2 out of 3 base you could have caught are swimming away right now because of what your fingers left on the plastic 15 seconds ago. Hit the like button so every angler sees this before the next cast. Drop a comment with what was on your hands last session: sunscreen, DEET, gasoline, nicotine, or bare skin. I want to know what you fished against. I am Marcus. This has been Real Science. See you tomorrow with the next.